So, back for another episode of Believe in Boyt with the first rental team that I'm using. This is the first team that I did not build myself. This was built by Atmosphere VGC. You can find their information down in the description below. Also, I found this team on VGC Pastes. That is a huge repository of loads of different pastes of teams, so I'm going to link that down in the description below. Please go and check them out. It is a fantastic resource. So I was just scrolling through a load of the teams, and I wanted to look out for Pokemon that I haven't used yet and wanted to use, and BELLIBOLT stuck out to me. So yeah, it's a really cool one. It's a weakness policy one, so the idea is that you bulldoze next to yourself with Bronzong. You can turn your Bronzong into a ground type, and then you can discharge next to yourself as well. I'm assuming the electromorphosis activates when you bulldoze yourself. I'm going to find that out, and if it does, that's pretty cool. But yeah, even if it doesn't, you'll get a weakness policy boost and be super strong. You've got the Toedscruel there. There is also going to be an alternative Trick Room setter while giving redirection to guarantee Trick Room if you need it. So you can always lead with Toedscruel and Bronzong and redirect in Trick Room if you need. You've got the final Gambit on the Annihilate, so you can pair that with Trick Room. That's always another good way of setting it up. Final Gambit to KO a Pokemon so that only one Pokemon is able to try and stop the Trick Room, and usually that is not able to do that, especially with something as bulky as Bronzong. And then you've got a potential sweeper in a Scarlet there with the Torch Song going to be able to boost itself up, but it is a slightly bulkier one with Will-O-Wisp and Slack Off as well. You can turn it into a Grass type, and then it can be a Dondozo counter if it needs, and then rounding it off is going to be that Gyarados with the Flying Terror type so that it gets both of its stabs. You don't have to rely on bounce or anything like that. You do get a flying type stab attack as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using BELLIBOLT. It was a Pokemon that I wanted to use for a little while, and here it is. Let's get into some games. Okay, Japanese player in not quite the top 500, but that's a cool team. I like that. Keep encountering Japanese players that seem to like Dragapult, so they don't have the best ways of stopping Trick Room though, do they? So Annihilate has Rage Fist, doesn't it? So it can't stop a Dragapult. Bronzong would not be ideal if there is the Dragapult, so I may need to go with Toedscruel instead, paired with Bronzong. Because if the BELLIBOLT gets into Trick Room, I am sorted. Although Toedscruel can definitely be the Trick Room setter as well, I just won't get the weakness policy on the BELLIBOLT. Yeah, I'll go Annihilate and Toedscruel, because the Dragapult is putting me off a bit with the Bronzong. I will go BELLIBOLT. And then probably Gyarados to round it off so that I have an alternative mode. Skeledirge is fine, but yes, I want Gyarados. So I'm not bulldozing myself yet, but that should be fine. If it's not Dragapult, I'm going to be sad I didn't lead with Bronzong instead. That's a cool training card. I still need to do mine. That is not a Dragapult, but it was something that was good against my Bronzong. Oh, that's gross. Like, come on, one more PP up. 7 is such a horrible number to have. Right, so I can definitely Final Gambit here. It's just, do I want to Trick Room? Could I just Spore the other thing immediately? So I think that would be fine. I can Final Gambit the Volcarona, and I can Spore the Grimmsnarl. If they fake out the Toedscruel, fine. We're just trading 1 for 1 anyway. If they taunt, that's probably worst case, because then I can't Trick Room at all. And then I've wasted my Annihilate. That better not be a Ghost Volcarona. Like, what's this be a Ghost Volcarona? Alright, that's fine. But that's a wasted Terrestrialization unless they have Thunder Wave or some kind of speed control. They do have Thunder Wave or some kind of speed control. Fair enough. Am I still faster though? I might be. It's possible. Oh, that's so brave. Like, what? If I break through... That was so greedy. Am I gonna get paralyzed? Oh, that's unfortunate. However, I can still do the same thing next turn. So this is not actually too bad, because Grimmsnarl's going to sleep. We just saw, well, definitely now the Quiver Dance is there. That I can just go for Final Gambit now. I could also go for U-Turn. Because they're a Bug type now. Not a Bug type, they're a Grass type now. So they're weak to Bug, is the sentence I was going for. I can still very much Final Gambits and Trick Room. But that was so greedy. Like, wow. Yeah, the Toadscruel might get KO'd. No, I've got Ockerberry, so I'm fine. So I will U-turn here, and I will Trick Room. I mean, I will attempt to U-turn. But I'm probably taking a Heat Wave. It's just... Oh, Bug Buzz! No! That KOs! No, it doesn't! And I can't even say go and check out my EV spreads, because that's not mine. Go and check out Atmosphere, because they've got amazing EV spreads. Because I think this is quite a specially invested Toadscruel. So, yeah. But yeah, I need to go into Gyarados now, because I need the flying to hit the Volcarona. It can't be Bellibolt yet. That was a clutch survival. I do still have Annihilate, which is actually quite nice. So I will Terra Blast. I still don't know if Terra Blast make contact. I don't think it does. And I'm going to get Bellibolt in. If I get Spirit Breaks, I think I'm technically stronger because I'll be Electromorphosized, is the past tense of that. And then that would be stronger because the -1 would double up to 33% more than it would have done otherwise. Because you're down to -1, which is 2/3, and then you double to 4/3. So, right? I think that's how it works. But do they have space for Protect on their Volcarona? Because Quibberdance and Bug Buzz, like... Surely you have Fire, surely you have Grass, right? Especially because you are a Grass. They do have Protect, so... Quite interesting that they are a Grass-type, Terra-type, without Giga Drain. Because I'm going to assume there's a Fire-type on there. Or Fire-type move, I should say. Now, what they're going to do now is Thunder Wave my Gyarados. Because, you know, even though they were in the Trick Room, that's how it works. Could have probably got away with a Thunderbolt into the Volcarona to cover for switching, but Bellibolt would have attacked first, and then that would have been a wasted attack if they don't switch. Also, I'm going to be burned by Flame Body. So, that's also going to be quite nasty. Came down to that Thunder Wave and Quibberdance. Like, that was so greedy. Yeah, they are switching. So I could have Thunderbolted. I mean, I did Thunderbolts, but just not that slot. Okay, fair enough. Am I getting Thunder Waved? Just light screen, okay, fair enough. That's alright. That was still reasonable. Oh, I get paralysis of my own. Fair enough. I'll take it. So still do a nice little bit of chip. Like, that's reasonable, for sure. So, how fast is this Goldenga? Because it doesn't actually matter, like, Make It Rain is not very good here. How many turns of Trick Room's left? 2 turns. If I can take care of the Grimmsnarl, I'll be able to Dragon Dance on the next turn. So I'm going to double into this Grimmsnarl. If they Thunder Wave the Gyarados now, then fair enough. If they don't, I will be able to Dragon Dance next turn. Because I'm not too scared of the Goldengo at the moment. If they Nasty Plot, I'm now incredibly scared of the Goldengo. But currently, I'm not. Haha! How does it feel? So the Grimmsnarl should be KO'd. And yeah, just Make It Rain. I'm not too fussed with that. I'm incredibly fussed with that because that was a crit on the Gyarados, right? Wait, no, I'm not a Water type. What am I doing? I'm not a Water type. Ah, silly me. I was expecting to resist, but no, I'm not a Water type. Well, my Gyarados outspeeds, so that means I can Protect on the last turn. Well, not even Protect, actually. I can switch into my Toadscruel and Discharge. Because that will still chunk the Grass-type Volcarona, and it will paralyze it, because I deserve it, and that's how it works. Right? Yeah, because that did 109. But 109 halved is 55. So does that KO? That doesn't KO, right? According to maths. According to quick maths. So I will just attack with the Gyarados. Oh yeah, and of course, I'm not even taking that attack. No, I'm not, because BELLIBOLT wasn't strong enough, but I should survive this, based on maths. Maths failed me. Yeah, that's not ideal now. I know they're -2, but still, they're going to get Equipidance. Needed BELLIBOLT to be a bit stronger there. Yeah, because they get the Equipidance now. So... what to do now? We'll go into Toedscruel, and I will discharge, and I need... No, it should have been Annihilate, because Annihilate would have still outsped the Goldengo. Should have thought that about that more, because Annihilate should still outspeed the Goldengo. Supposedly, maybe. And then I'd be able to force them to attack one of them, because BELLIBOLT will get KO'd to Bug Buzz from here. Like, I will attempt to Energy Ball, and maybe be faster. And I will attempt to discharge, paralyze the Volcarona, but I should... Oh, it's Heat Wave, yeah, so I just lose. Because it did connect with the BELLIBOLT, so... yeah, that's unfortunate. I think it did come mainly back to that initial first turn. Like, that was unbelievably greedy, and it paid off for them. Like, that works 20... I was going to say 25% of the time, but Thunderwave can miss. So, even less of the time. So I definitely lose now. That was unfortunate. Like, there were a couple of things I could have done differently. I could have just Waterfalled the Volcarona, / Thunderbolted the Volcarona, like I did say, that is possible. Because then I'd have taken care of the Goldengo. If BELLIBOLT would have been a bit stronger, then I'd have been okay. Also, I could have gone into Annihilate instead of Toedscruel there, because I survived the Heat Wave. Annihilate should have outsped the Goldengo. I could have KO'd that, like, theoretically. I want to know, so, like, I should be able to find out. Like, I'll go for Rage Fist and hopefully find out if I outspeed the Goldengo, because if I did, I made a mistake. So even though I got unlucky in the initial bit, you still got to play around that, because that happens in Pokemon. Because I went way too quickly into Toedscruel. Like, I do want to be able to survive this single target Heat Wave, so thank you for the miss, because I do get to find out. Yeah, so I misplayed there. I should not have gone into Toedscruel. Because I survived the Heat Wave, I wouldn't, what, then they would have gone for Bug Buzz, right? Well, maybe they would have gone for Bug Buzz, but if they went for Heat Wave, the BELLIBOLT, as we saw, survived, then that gives the potential of the Discharge Paralysis on the Volcarona. And then it is still possible. But there's Gyarados, so... yeah, and then would it have even still been possible then? Because I'd have been in such low HP with both Toedscruel and... yeah, probably not. So... but those were better plays that could have been done. But if I would have just got the final Gambit off, Volcarona being KO'd, like, the rest of the team gets BELLIBOLTed completely. So... that was an unfortunate first turn. Okay, that's just rude. Like, unnecessary and rude. Come on. That's unnecessary. Just KO me. Like, I know you're playing around Rage Fist, but just attack me. You win. Stop being rude. Because you were already very rude on that first turn. Just click, Heat Wave, hit, so that we can end this quickly. Thank you very much. Yeah, because that wouldn't have KO'd the Annihilate anyway, so I'd have been able to find out, but... yeah, comes back to that turn 1. Like, I would not advise that turn 1 generally, because over 75% of the time, it does not work in the slightest. So that was quite a greedy play. Obviously, sometimes greed works in Pokemon, and it did for them here. Okay, another Japanese player. And here's a Dragapult. No, not quite. Okay, so what do we do against Dondozo, then? Skeledirge, right? Skeledirge is good. Putting them to sleep is pretty good. If they turn into a dragon, then BELLIBOLT becomes a lot worse against Dondozo. Because I've got Occupair on Toedscruel, there's not much stopping me from just going for spores. I guess Mousehold can, because there's no Citrus Berry on this Toedscruel, so Mousehold does have the potential to Oko Toedscruel. So does that mean that I go with Gyarados, because then I can Intimidate? This is Intimidate over Moxie, right? Yeah, so I can go with Gyarados and Toedscruel, and then not even Mousehold can KO the Toedscruel. I want Skeledirge because there is a Dondozo, and that's kind of the point. And then Annihilate could be nice as just a, like, final Gambit at some point into Dondozo. Yeah, I think I'll bring Annihilate. I don't think I need BELLIBOLT, because most Dondozos just turn into a Dragon, or a Grass type, and just not be weak to Electric anymore. And if that is the case, then I want Gyarados instead. They are near identical to me. They copied my trainer card. But then their character looks different, so... Okay. Interesting. Because we can trade spores here. Because Terra Blast won't KO the Among Us. So I think we're just trading spores, and then we'll see if we wake up. So I'm not going to just Terra Blast it immediately, because then they'll just be able to switch out and regenerate her out. So I want a +1 Terra Blast into the Among Us, so that it will just KO. So we are likely trading spores at this point, and then we'll just play the sleep game. We are not trading spores? No. What am I talking about? Hydreigon's going first. So, yeah, we're trading spores. So long as I don't flinch. Because they've got odds in their favour now, because they might flinch me. It's funny seeing Amoonguss house be the Toedscruel. Don't you dare, Toedscruel. Okay, good. So, now we're just playing the sleep game. I will Spore the Hydreigon in case it wants to switch out, and I will just Dragon Dance again. Like, it doesn't matter what I click on the Gyarados this turn, but we're just playing the sleep game. So once again, this is going to come down to some sort of luck. If I had Earth Power, I'd have gone for it into the Amoonguss this turn, but Energy Ball is kind of pointless. Unless it's Sash. Might have been worth just breaking the Sash. Oh yeah, Clear Smog, that's the thing. Okay. So I will just still Spore there. I will still Dragon Dance. Because if they don't Clear Smog me on that turn, then I'll be okay. Do they stay asleep? Do I stay asleep? I wake up, so do they Clear Smog me? Because if they do Clear Smog, it was an opportunity to get 2 Terra Blasts into the Amoonguss. Because it's probably better to just keep Clear Smogging. Ah, but it was into the Toedscruel. You fool! You fell for the trap. So now, just is it Sash on the Amoonguss? Because I definitely KO now. Just is it Sash on Amoonguss? I will still try and Spore the Hydreigon, but this time I get to go for Terra Blast now. And I'm just going to assume it's not Focus Sash. Because Amoonguss is definitely bulky enough in this format that it does not need a Focus Sash. Based on the Dark Pulse damage previously, it'll be really close if I survive. And if I do, as they wake up, then I'm so sorted. So this was a case where flying was very good on Gyarados. I do like Dragon, but Dragon wouldn't have been so good here because of the Amoonguss. Oh, is this Terrestrialize on the Amoonguss? If it is, that's a very good play. It is. Good play. Solid play. I can now Spore you. And I can... Oh, if I'd have... Oh, I should have Energy Balled. Energy Ball would have been great. Energy Ball would have been so good. Because that would have probably KO'd, right? Based on this? Oh, Energy Ball would have so KO'd. Yeah, that was unfortunate. And they stayed asleep. No, Energy Ball to break the Focus Sash was the play. No. Alright, fine. Fair enough. So Energy Ball was the play. I can still do that, and I will still attempt to. Doesn't matter why I click this turn, because I'm guaranteed sleep. But now, does Dark Pulse KO the Toadscruel? It'll be very close based on the previous damage. I didn't make a note of the exact damage, so we'll just see. Because if it doesn't KO, then I will keep my boosts. If it does KO, then I'm getting clear smogged. Because they're guaranteed to wake up. They Dark Pulse. Toadscruel. Ah, not quite. And now I'm getting clear smogged, so not the greatest. So now, because I terrored with the Gyarados, now I can't terror with the Skeledirge. So if there's Dondozo Wing in the back, that's not good. Does Rage Fist KO the Amoonguss? If it doesn't, that's really bad. But I am going to go for it. And I will try and Dragon Dance again if I do wake up. But that needs to KO the Amoonguss. Oh, it doesn't need to KO the Amoonguss. Now I probably prefer it doesn't. As long as I get hit this turn so that I can get 100 base power on the Rage Fist. Yeah, there you go. No, they're not going for that. That's right. Oh, wow, that KO'd. Well, that's really not good. Because now I'm locked into Rage Fist and I got Skeledirge against the Hydreigon. Like, how do I beat the Hydreigon now? Not good. I just don't beat the Hydreigon anymore. Okay. Yeah, I'll go for that, but things are not looking good. That was a very good Water-type Terrestrialization on the Amoonguss, but I should have Energy Balls. Because Energy Ball does cover for a Focus Sash very well, and it would have just won me the game. Or not, no, I'm not going to say that, because we don't know what's in the back. It would have given me so much more momentum, and I lost it all because I did not capitalize on the fact that they would have used up their Terrestrialization for nothing, if I would have Energy Balled. I definitely don't want to talk in absolutes of I would have won, because, you know, on that just KOs as well. Right, fine. Yeah, this is done. Because I came out on top on the sleep game, for sure. They got the 3-turn sleep. I think it would have been very close if Toadscruel would have been KO'd to that second Dark Pulse. Yeah, they hadn't, Lozo, so this is just over. So I guess I should have just gone for Drain Punch, right? Or Close Combat, or whatever it was. Because I needed to be able to hit the Hydreigon. It wouldn't have made a difference, but the turn that lost me the game was not Energy Balling, for sure. I mean, if I can crit the Rage Fist at only 100 base power, that still won't be enough. Maybe if I crit both of them. No. Definitely not. I mean, I should survive this. I don't survive this. So, yeah, my damage intuition is not so good here, but I guess this isn't my team, so... but that is twice in a row now that I have made suboptimal plays. Because there were clearly plays in both of the games so far that could have just won me the bye. Again, not absolutes. Would have been so much better than what I did. Another Japanese guy. And like I said, Japanese players seem to like Dragapults. So, they got Florges as well, though. That's pretty cool. Okay. Still don't want to go with Bronzong. I do want to go with Toadscruel as the Trick Room Setter. But if they lead with Pawmot, then they can just fake me out. And then I don't achieve much. I'm going to go with Bronzong and Annihilate, I think. And I'll just see if Bronzong can survive a Dragapult. And if it can't, oh no. But we're here to learn. So, Skeledirge is very good if I get into the Trick Room. BELLIBOLT is not as good because of the Pawmot. But then, most Pawmots don't run Volt Absorb, right? It's usually Iron Fist. If it is Volt Absorb on the Pawmot, BELLIBOLT is terrible here. So I think it is Gyarados. I mean, I say as Gyarados is 4 times weak to Electric. But if I get a Dragon Dance with Gyarados when I'm not in Trick Room, then I'm still looking pretty good. Although I don't outspeed a Dragapult with this Gyarados because it's adamant. They're copying me again. All of these people are just copying me. Well, then beating Volcarona. That's just how it works. So they're likely going to fake out the Bronzong here. Wish I had Rock Slide and Annihilate. I like to run a Rock Slide on my Choice Scarf Annihilate. I will attempt Trick Room, but they're likely going to fake out my Bronzong. But we're still trading, so like that's not the worst thing. And Volcarona was a huge threat in the first game, so like I'll take just taking care of it for now. Because now I can go into just Skeledirge and start Torch Songing, and if they go into Dragapult, then they have to choose, do they Shadow Ball, / Phantom Force the Bronzong, or do they go after the Skeledirge? So, wait, I'm Covert Cloak, what am I talking about? Yeah, I'm fine. yes, I perfectly calculated. Yeah, I didn't forget about the item in the slightest. So... yeah, now I go into Skeledirge. Yeah, perfectly calculated. Yeah. That's Forges, so fair enough. Because that's not going to do too much against my Skeledirge. I will just double into the Pawmot. I would expect this to KO. Because Pawmot's bulk isn't that great. Very nice Covert Cloak. So that was like 100% safe. There was nothing they could do. Outside of maybe Nuzzle paralyzed the Bronzong. But then we saw in game 1 that that is an effective method some of the time. The Forges here is not a threat. So I can somewhat ignore it and just double into the Pawmot slot and whatever it becomes until it's 2v1 against the Forges. And this is where they pull out the Water Terror Blast on the Forges. So that it can actually threaten my Skeledirge, and I should have gone for the Grass Terror type. Oh, it's Pawmot. That's brave. Because you've got to be bulky enough to survive. If it's Assault Vest, it will survive, and Assault Vest is reasonable on the Pawmot. That's good damage. Is Torch Song strong enough? It probably isn't, based on that body press damage, but yeah, not quite. So this is going to be a strong double shock. Because it's the nice energy that you turn into an electric type. What? Is that Mirror Herb? That's the first Mirror Herb I've seen. Didn't really help them, but yeah, now you can double shock, and then because you've Terrestrialized, you don't lose your electrotyping, and you can double shock again and again and again. So it's gonna chunk. But it's not KO, so that's fine. So now... don't think it's worth Iron Defensing. I think I can just get away with body pressing this. And Shadow Balling it, because then that covers for the Dragapult. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, they have Mach Punch, okay. But it's not strong enough, so... that's pretty good. Although Forges is just going to tank this. This is going to do what? 25%? Because Forges' special bulk is just amazing. Like, you know, just over 30%. What? Oh. Now they're unaware. Now my Torch Songs don't make a difference. That's pretty cool. But now I can Terrestrialize into a Grass type with my Skeledirge and be immune to their status things, right? Oh, that's how it works, isn't it? Okay. Do they have Sucker Punch in the Meowscarada? Because there's 2 turns left, isn't there? Yes, there is. And what did I have in the back? Gyarados. So I think I can just double into the Meowscarada pretty safely, right? Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. Like, if they Sucker Punch my... like, yeah, fine. They'll KO the Bronzong. But this is still okay. I guess there are +1 Forges against my Gyarados now, so it would actually chunk with the Dazzling Gleam. But there is one turn of Trick Room left. So as long as they don't get double protects, I can just double into the Meowscarada. Yeah, just no double protects. And I don't really need to Terastallize in this game at all. But I guess that Terra Blast is stronger than Waterfall, so I might as well actually go for that. Because then... Because I want to stay as a Fire type to beat the Florges. I don't want to turn into a Grass type, because they might have Pollen Puff and then be able to beat me that way. So I will just double into the Meowscarada. And Terra Blast is stronger, so that if they are not Sash, the Torch Song KOs the Meowscarada and Terra Blast gets redirected into the Florges. So this is better. Like, I didn't really need to Terastallize in this game, but might as well go for my strongest option, and this happens to be it. So... Okay, good. Like, that was their play, and I could have Dragon Dance to cover for that. But, you know, odds are in my favour that this was fine. It is Focus Sash, but it is going to be KO'd. Now, I assume the Forge is under speeds, so unless it's parrying a random Thunderbolt, then I should be fine. Because Dazzling Gleam will not KO even with a +1. Yeah, not quite. I say not quite, that was not even half, so I don't know why I said not quite. But now the Gyarados and the Skeledirge will definitely beat the Slorges. And I don't think there's any need to Dragon Dance. Like, I'll be able to win quickly enough without a Dragon Dance. And also I want to see how strong Terra Blast is. And then... I guess Special Defense drop of Shadow Ball is slightly better because they are technically unaware. Well, not even technically. They just are unaware now. Oh, and that's why Dragon Dance would be useless as well. Yeah, of course, I'm definitely catching everything. I'm not forgetting any mechanics in the slightest in this match at all.